Morning, everybody. Welcome to Big Tahunga. Beautiful day for a drive. Clear roads, clear skies. It's fantastic out here. And this is Adam, and thank you so much for coming all the way down from the East Bay.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate the drive with your G37 Coupe. Tell me a little bit about it.
It has a customized driveline with 3.92 final drive gears, a one-piece carbon fiber drive shaft.
Wow.
A few bolt-ons, full coilovers, sway bars, 25-row oil cooler set up for the track, transmission cooler. So
wow. So you got a bunch of stuff you can't see.
No, yes.
It looks stock, basically, except for the exhaust.
That was the goal.
Yeah, okay. So what kind of coilovers you got?
Tane street flexes.
Okay, and you got sway bars and a drive shaft and a new final drive and all that kind of stuff. Wow, this should be interesting. There's more than I thought.
Thank you.
I had track prepped written down, but I didn't really know what that meant. So here we go. All right, we're gonna go manual mode. Is there like a sport button or anything like that?
Well, you just put it in sport.
Yeah.
And then
That's
there you
it.
go.
Oh,
there
okay,
you go. And then
great.
you got your paddle shifters.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's go for a drive. Let's see how she do. So what was the stock final drive?
3.3.
And what is it now?
It is 3.9.
Oh, okay. So do you lose a little bit on the top end, or does it matter because this is what, a 7-speed, right?
Well, the way that the car is geared, by putting in the final drive at that point, it keeps it in its power band.
Okay.
The power band starts at 5. The peak horsepower is at 7.
Okay.
So by having low gears first through third, it allows the car to just get up into its power band that much sooner.
All right. I'm with you. Is your fuel economy adversely affected or not really?
Depends on if I'm hammering on
Yeah.
it. If I put it in drive and just cruise control, I get about 20 miles in the gallon.
It's not terrible.
No. But if I'm hammering on it, it's probably somewhere in the 13 or 14 range.
Okay. That's not terrible either, actually, for hammering. Well, for a torque converter auto, pretty responsive. Bangs through shifts all right, you know?
The downshifts are a lot crisper than the upshifts. Upshifts, you kind of have to time maybe 200 RPMs before it actually...
Slight delay of game. It's a technique pioneered by Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
The wait and shift. You got good steering, good grip.
Yeah, it has the same steering rack as the 370Z.
Yeah, well, this car is. There's a lot of 370Z under here. It's nice leather and different styling, but I prefer this to the 370. I think the interior is better. This is pretty good so far. So from engine, you have still an intake, I saw, right?
Yeah,
cold air intake.
It's the dual tube, and I've heard you talk about cold air intakes before. This one actually goes all the way to the front.
Yeah, that's good.
And sits in front of the radiator and sucks all the air in through the front grille.
As long as it's not just an open cone in your engine bay. You know, if it goes down into the fender or if it goes up front, then it's truly cold air. If it's in the engine, it's more like a hot air intake.
Yeah.
And then what kind of exhaust? It sounds nice.
It is a Arc Grip V2 dual catback.
I've never heard of them, but it sounds nice.
Arc is, they're kind of new to Japanese cars, but they've been doing the Hyundai Genesis and the Hyundai cars for about 20 years. I was looking for an exhaust that when I'm just at low RPMs, it isn't going to be too loud or too obtrusive. This, when you're probably below 3,000, it's pretty quiet.
Well, it's not crazy loud. It complements the engine well, I think. It's good. I did notice, though, when you were driving by that it does hang kind of low in the back. Does you ever bottom it out?
That's one of the reasons why I didn't drop the car any more than an inch, because it hangs down like that. Occasionally I'll have a scrape issue. Occasionally I'll hit bottom on like my driveway coming out.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
normally not too bad. Okay,
not too bad.
So it looks worse than it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean looks worse. I just mean it looks like it's closer than it is.
Yeah, I think it's because of the position of where the mufflers actually hang.
Yeah.
It's not quite as where things are going to make contact as much.
So that beeping, is it denying me downshifts?
Yeah, it'll downshift at 4,500 RPM. So if
I feel like there's been a couple places so far where I know the engine has room for it, but it still denies it.
And it does, because it doesn't want, because it red lines so fast. I think they're trying to prevent you from damaging the transmission.
Maybe, yeah, or maybe they want you to still have something to work with when you downshift. Maybe they don't want you to downshift and just be at redline already, you know, which I guess, look, sometimes these cars have self-preservation stuff that's built into them, and it seems weird when you're driving it, but like, you know, I shut down a transmission on a Mercedes a few weeks ago, and so I understand why some of that stuff exists sometimes. Well, it's got a nice, smooth, even power band. It doesn't feel like it's going to get away from you. It rides well for coilovers. It's clearly set up for versatility as opposed to just slammed.
I was going for something that I could drive to and from HPDE events, and something that wasn't going to beat up my back. I got a little lower back issue.
Do you? You had surgery yet?
Not looking forward to it.
Are you L4, L5? L5, S1?
It's L5, and the discs are bulged, and it's pushing up against my sciatica.
Dude, you got to get the surgery. I had the surgery, and I put it off for months, and I was in so much pain. I got the surgery. It was gone, like immediately gone. You got to get the surgery. I'm telling you, man. I've had it twice. I've had it
twice. You really?
Yeah, L4, L5 burst disc twice. Because I do this. Because I live my entire life in a car.
And I think that's where I'm going to end up running into trouble, especially if I go and I do time trials consistently like I'm planning to.
Sorry, Dr. Watkins. I know you said I can't drive cars anymore like this, but what else am I going to do? I'm not good at anything else. Good power. It's nice. This is a good, it's a really good intermediate car. Like it's a little more than a basic learner car. It's not, it's not a super advanced, break the track record car. But if you've done some track days, clearly you've done track days, because the things you've done to this car haven't ruined it in the least. They've made it really good.
I appreciate that.
Your suspension is really nice. You've got good brakes. You've got the cooling set up. These vehicles, is it as bad? I know the Z's really need cooling work if you're going to go to the track. Is it the same with this? Or?
It is very much the same with this. It has an 11-to-1 compression ratio, and red lines at 7,600, so it's revving like it's all the time.
It's working.
It gets hot. It gets hot. But
so what did you put, an oil cooler? Is that what you had?
It's a 25-row Stillen oil cooler. It's about 3/4 of the size of the radiator. It's huge.
Oh, really?
It's huge. It has stainless steel braided brake line, or stainless steel brake. Oil lines.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I love Steve and Kyle Millen. I think they're wonderful people that make really high quality products, and anyone who's got a Z or one of these or anything Nissan, I would definitely recommend Stillen. Their products they're excellent. That whole family are just full of class acts.
I've always been into Nissans. I've always had a thing for Nissans, and Stillen has always been attached to the Nissan name.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got my first Nissan that I could modify to any kind of extent, Stillen was the first place I went.
What do you think? Do you think this gentleman will let us by?
I hope
yes.
So. Yay!
Oh, yes. Canyon etiquette in the Astro van. I love it.
I noticed for the most part they're pretty courteous up here to you.
Yeah, sometimes they're better than others, but you find that at least most of the time, people who are going slow are looking in their rear view. They know what happens up here. It's got really good steering, medium weight but very direct. Dude, it's so funny. With your combination of mods, if I got in this and just drove it around LA in the city, I could probably think that it was mostly stock. And then up here, I'm going, something's been done to this, but I can't really put my finger on what. You know what I mean? I would actually need you to explain it to me, because it's a very seamless combination of mods.
And that's kind of what my goal was. As soon as I realized that the 7-speed automatic was geared the way it was, 4.9 in first, 3.1 in second, and then that the peak torque is at 5,000 and that peak horsepower is at 7,000, I realized that Nissan was really spacing out so that there was no gaps in power. The only real detraction from that was the final drive that they had it in initially, which was a 3.3.
So because it's IRS in the back, did you have to buy a complete assembly?
Oh, no.
What do they do? They just change the actual gears inside it?
Well, what I had to do was, because most Nissan parts are interchangeable on this platform, the Z and G platform, even with the older models. So what I had to do was I grabbed a manual transmission differential carrier from a G37 IPL.
Okay.
Had that rebuilt with 3.9 gears. It had a viscous limited slip in it already. And in order to make it work on an automatic car, I had to get a custom drive shaft, and that's where the one-piece carbon fiber drive shaft
Okay,
came.
so that was out of necessity. You didn't just wake up one day and go, I want a carbon drive shaft.
Well, no.
Okay.
I
so you
wanted
needed to get it to make it fit.
Yeah, I wanted the gears, but then I saw all the benefits to a carbon fiber drive shaft.
Right.
So it all kind of ended up just working out well.
Yeah.
It all culminated to a good package.
This thing is good, man. It's really good, nice and fluid. The temperatures are looking good, and it's got a nice sound. It's not drony or obnoxious sounding. It makes good power. Is your only engine mods the intake and the exhaust? That's it.
And a tune.
And the tune. Huh? Is it still in tune?
No, it's an uprev tune.
Oh, okay.
I can't take all the credit. The suspension tuning was done by Works Motorsports at Sonoma Raceway.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah.
I think I bought some parts from them when my Lemons car broke, actually. They're at the track, right?
Yeah, they are at the track.
They're up on the top of the hill?
They are at the track.
Yeah.
Leon, their tuner, is the one that did my car. And Pete's the owner, and he's been consulting with me for a very long time.
This is a really nice car, Adam. I really like it.
Thank you.
It's very... It's one of those cars that your performance is improved, and it's asked almost nothing of you in return. You could daily it and whatever, and it's easy, right?
Pretty well.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming down. It's a
Absolutely,
great car.
Matt. Thank you.
You mentioned you're working on a full build Z time attack car?
Yes, and I'm doing all the work on that myself.
Okay, so you're going to send me that when you're done.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to do that one.
That's going to be a Time Trials 2 car.
But this is great. It's a stock look, but you've done your track modifications and your cooling preventative stuff, and it's awesome. Love it.
Thank you very much.
G37 people, I hope you're happy. We get a lot of requests for G37.
Really?
Yeah, G35s and G37. So
really?
I hope you guys are satisfied with this one. I certainly am. This is great. It's a good one. So see you next time.